So here it is again, back for another night. Film number 5 of my horror movie month, and I fancied a monster film tonight, or a monster feature. You know, it's not a monster film because this particular animal exists, so it's not really a monster film, a creature feature. Let's put it that way, creature feature. That's the best way to put it. Yeah. Now, reason I fancy this, I mean, I've watched a lot of horror films recently with serial killers and stuff like that. So I thought I actually fancied watching something a little bit different today. And you know how I love how Jaws is my all-time favorite film, or one of my all-time favorite films. I've got quite a few, but I fancied watching a film to do with sharks tonight. And don't worry, don't worry, it's not Sharknado 2. I watched the first one and that's friggin' awful, so I wasn't gonna sit through the second one. Tonight I'm gonna watch a film I saw released about a year ago or something like that. And I thought it looks okay. I might as well give it a try. I've watched other shark films and it can't be any worse than them. So let's give this one a go. And that is Bait in 3D. Now I don't know much about this. I think it's an Australian release or something like that. But I'm willing to give it a go. It's an interesting idea. A tsunami, obviously, um, decimates a town and its people try and survive. So I'm interested to see how it will go. But I'm not holding out much hope on how good it actually is. So anyway, as usual, I'll watch the film. I'll be back in 90 short minutes to review it, and I'll be checking it out in 3D again because I've got the technology, might as well use it. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bait 3D. Just finished watching it. First thing is, let's go with this. It's a decent B movie. Definitely a decent B movie. Especially with all the shark themed films that are out. You know, you got Sharknado, you got um, Mega Shark versus Mega Octopus and Megalodon 3 and God, all the other crap B movies with really shit acting and really poor storylines. And yeah, but they're silly and you know they're going to be silly. So whereas this, it starts off, you know, it actually looks quite impressive. You know, it doesn't look cheap just to start off with, and then the first scene where you have a shark attack, it the CG was really poor, and I just thought you just should have just gone with animatronics. But I suppose if you haven't got much of a budget, you have to go with what you can. But then, obviously, the main plot point happened with the tsunami, and they're stuck in this, stuck in the supermarket, and then they start using some animatronics, and the animatronics don't look great, but they look better than some of the CGI they were using. You know, the cast were decent enough. I mean, I was surprised to see Julian McMahon in it from Nip Tuck, yeah, but he was actually quite good, and I assumed he was going to be quite a horrible character. You know, your stereotypical arsehole, and he actually was. He was playing a decent guy, and there wasn't the stereotypical arsehole in there, but he wasn't too bad. And obviously, he is the best of that cast. He actually can act. It just felt like I was watching a little bit of a soap opera. I don't know what it was, like a mixture of a B movie with soap opera. I mean, some of the music just didn't fit with some of the scenes. It was just a little bit like I felt like I was watching EastEnders, but obviously Australian. So Home and Away or Neighbours or something. Probably got cast from that. I don't know, but yeah, there was so much. There was some story in there that they just did not need. You know, some really pointless stuff that they really didn't need. I mean, it was soap opera. Some of it. But then when they were having some of the shark attacks and some of the effects they needed to use, it was okay. I mean, the CGI wasn't great. I mean, so the first scene, I was really thinking, oh god, I'm going to be watching Sharknado here. But they improved on it, and the CGI got a little bit better. And because they were obviously most of the film was set in this confined space, it only requires two real sets. So I suppose their money was a bit, better spent. But yeah, it just had too much soap opera stuff. I think for me, it wasn't a bad film. It was definitely better than some of the shit they churn out in Hollywood with these. I mean, how they've even commissioned Sharknado 2, I don't know, and how it's even come out, I don't know. That is a million times better than Sharknado. I'm not saying it's great, you know, it's no Jaws, it's no Deep Blue Sea. I mean, obviously they can afford, they had the budget, they can afford the cast, they can afford the story and to polish off the story. Whereas this, you know, for what it was, an Australian B movie, I'd say, it was actually okay. It wasn't, you know, amazing cinema, but it was okay. And the 3D wasn't too bad. There were some nice little effects in there, some nice little shots. But it, again, you know, it was just post conversions to 3D, really. You know, bit of depth and some nice little effects every now and then when the shark attacked and stuff like that. And there was a couple of moments where they put it in your face, which was nice because you don't get that. Again, I know it's a gimmick, but still. All in all, I'd say it's no Jaws. It's clearly not going to be Jaws. I wouldn't even. I say the Reef is much better than this because the acting was better in the Reef. You felt the peril in this. It felt like a soap opera. And to be honest with you, I just couldn't care less about some of the characters. I just thought, do you know what? I feel like you're in a soap opera. If you die, not going to be bothered. But it's not bad. I'd say I'm going to be generous here. I was thinking halfway through 2.5. If it was a bit better than that, just so 3. But I may change my opinion if I see it, watch it again. But say 3.5. No, it's 3.5. 3 out of 5. Not groundbreaking. It's been done before. It was set up a bit differently, which was nice. A nice confined space. But very much, it felt like I was watching a soap opera and a B movie, and I think it just kind of failed in that respect. But if you're looking for a creature feature just to watch, it is better. I mean, I suppose if you want to watch it, you will watch it. But with the Sharknado and all that lot, you know they're going to be bad, and so it's you kind of want to watch it to see how bad it is. I would recommend. I'd rather watch that than Sharknado and all that lot because I just hate the special effects are rubbish and the acting is poor. I mean, the acting wasn't great in this. There were some really bad. You know, there was some decent cast, but there was some really bad acting in there as well. But better than some of the B movies I've seen in the past. That's all I can really say. It wasn't groundbreaking. I wasn't sitting there going, "Wow, it's not Jaws." I think it's creepier when you don't see much of the shark. I have to agree. What Steven Spielberg did was created a very tense film. This was just not as tense, but it was never going to be. Anyway, thank you for sticking with this review. I hope you enjoy it. If you do check it out, let me know what you think. And as always, please do leave your comments down below in that little box. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you for my next movie night very, very soon. You take care now.